Can someone explain when younger guys started preferring older women? Seriously, what is going on? I went to a blind date event, and guys my own age told me I was too young to date seriously. Like, huh? Now they're all into older, rich, independent women, which is fine, but then they also think that once they get rich, they'll just pick any young pretty girl they want. Newsflash, it doesn't work like that. No woman ignores age completely. And her parents definitely won't. Plus, a lot of women today are doing just fine on their own. Your money isn't some magic ticket. At best, she'll consider it, and that's if you're lucky. So yeah, stop thinking money solves everything. It doesn't make you more desirable, especially if that's all you've got.
That's why you'll notice that the charm of older women isn't just in their youthful bodies, but in a variety of advantages that a more mature woman brings. Nowadays, many younger men fall in love with older women, and it makes perfect sense. Instead of starting a life from scratch with a younger woman, who might eventually trade you in for a wealthier man, why not invest in an older woman who already has her life well established and is independent? Older women bring a stability that younger women often don't have. They've already passed through the phase of insecurities and have matured, both emotionally and financially. This means you won't have to deal with the usual concerns that come with being in a relationship with a younger woman, who may still be trying to figure out her place in the world. Moreover, many older women already have an established career, a solid financial condition, and a clearer vision of life. Instead of relying on a man for support, they know what they want and can offer you a real partnership. They are not in a rush to find a new Prince Charming, because they've already built themselves up and know their worth. And the best part is that a mature woman isn't looking for fleeting adventures. She's looking for a solid relationship that goes beyond youth and appearance. Her focus is on the quality of emotional connection and mutual growth. Now, if you choose to be with a younger woman, understand that you may be risking building a life with her, only for her to eventually want something more. A wealthier, younger, or more attractive man. And it's not that she doesn't value you, but it's simply that youth is often driven by the desire for new experiences. Many young women want to explore the world, travel, discover new cultures, and seize the opportunities life offers while they still have the youth to do so. Furthermore, in China, many older women who ended up alone didn't do so because they lacked potential or value. They focused so much on their careers due to the high competition in the Chinese job market that they ended up neglecting their personal lives. Many women from good families, but not wealthy, dedicated themselves entirely to studies and career, prioritizing professional success. Many of these women, who are now considered leftovers in society, had at most 2 boyfriends in their entire life, unlike the younger women today, who have a menu of older, wealthy men to choose from. So, instead of seeing age as an obstacle, see an older woman as a partner who has what you're looking for: stability, maturity, and experience. She has the ability to bring much more to the relationship than just beauty and youth. And please, don't confuse this with just an age issue. A mature woman brings to the relationship an emotional intelligence, serenity, and confidence that is hard to find in someone younger. She knows what she wants, and that makes any relationship much stronger and more real. The fact that younger men are interested in older women isn't a passing trend, it's a natural evolution of society. We're finally understanding that youth isn't the only thing that matters, and that relationships can be much more than a simple exchange of beauty for money. See you soon.
但不丑的
Let me share a typical topic. A young girl with an average appearance versus an older, beautiful woman who is still single. Who would you choose? This is often seen as a male-focused discussion, but it's something women can relate to as well. The question is, would you choose the young, average girl or the older, beautiful woman? The choice depends on the type of man you're dealing with. For many average men seeking a simple life, the younger, ordinary girl might seem like the right choice. She may not have the allure of a supermodel, but she represents a more traditional, straightforward life. These men may feel they can build a future with someone who doesn't come with the complexities of an older woman. On the other hand, many men focused on career or status might prefer the older woman. Even though she's older, her life experience, maturity, and elegance make her attractive. For these men, age doesn't take away from beauty. In fact, it adds to it. Beauty is more than youth, it's about how a person carries themselves, their presence, and their confidence. Take my own story. I married an older woman and faced prejudice, especially from my family. They thought she couldn't give me children or be part of the future I was expected to build. But age doesn't define what someone can offer in a relationship. What matters is emotional depth, stability, and a shared vision. Looking back, I see I made the right choice. Today, more men realize that relationships aren't just about having kids for the sake of societal expectations. It's about building a strong partnership with enough time and resources to nurture the relationship. As the world becomes more challenging, the pressure to have children is less about societal norms and more about ensuring one has the resources and time to raise a family in a healthy way. It's not just about having kids, it's about providing a stable environment. Older women are often well-established in their careers and have gained life experience. They are emotionally mature, able to bring stability to a relationship, and don't need to start from scratch. Their wisdom and emotional intelligence offer a depth that younger women, still figuring things out, may not have. Younger men today are increasingly realizing that emotional intelligence, maturity, and stability are what really matter. They understand that relationships are about navigating life's challenges together, not just physical attraction. In fact, many younger men are now looking for women who have lived through challenges and can offer practical wisdom and emotional support. These women are often more focused and capable of understanding modern relationship dynamics. Their experience and work-life balance make them even more attractive. As society changes, relationships with older women are becoming more common and respected. Modern men realize that older women bring richness to a relationship, emotional maturity, stability, and wisdom that younger women may not be able to provide. So, the idea that a younger woman is always the better choice is becoming outdated. More men are attracted to older women because they understand that a healthy, fulfilling relationship requires emotional maturity, stability, and shared values. In conclusion, it's not about age or the years between partners. What truly matters is the connection, emotional intelligence, and ability to build a meaningful life together. The idea of finding love, stability, and success with an older, more mature woman is a reality that more men are embracing today.
Men are more realistic than you think. Why do many men dislike gold-digging women? Because most men are more materialistic than women. In my view, men's reality is different from women's. Men's reality is often hidden. They'll always say, "I'm so loyal, I don't care, I'm indifferent," but in reality, they care more than anyone, and they calculate every step more precisely than anyone else. Let me give you an example. The person I'm talking about is me, when I was younger. I was a very refined egoist, always trying to improve myself. I wanted to be more handsome, more successful. But in the process, I was always seeking younger women, not caring whether they had money or not. But in the end, I got hurt. Because young women, no matter how well you treat them or how much you offer, still want to experience the world. When they're not completely satisfied with the relationship and haven't reached 28 years old yet, they'll go after something better. So, when you meet a woman, what do you think? First, is she pretty enough? Is her body good enough? But I have something different. I never cared about a woman's financial situation. I only cared if she was beautiful. So, the idea that men are more realistic than women is undeniable. Think about it. When a man gets dressed up, with a chiseled body, abs, and big muscles, what's his goal? You tell me he does this for health? No, he does it to show off, to attract more people, because the cost for him is low. Do you agree? Women are much more emotional. Half of their reality is softened by emotion. But most men aren't like that. When a man decides he wants a woman, he calculates his finances, the time he'll need to invest, and even includes money in the equation. Do you think when a man spends money on you, he has no intentions? Have you ever experienced something like this? I bought my girlfriend a $20,000 handbag, and she gave me only a pair of Nike shoes and a pair of shorts. I've heard many people say this. It might sound petty, but in reality, this happens a lot, both for men and women. However, men are very clear about their calculations. They expect something in return. Whether it's emotional value or money. I don't know, but men's small notebooks are very precise. Now, how can women avoid losing in emotional relationships? First, you need to create an image of independence. The extremely independent woman. For example, I'll take a cab by myself. I can buy what I need. I can do this on my own. When a man realizes that the woman doesn't need him for anything, he will have to offer something different to her. So, extremely independent women generally end up winning in these situations. How do you do that? First, consider your financial situation. If you have a good financial condition, this will come naturally. But if you don't, the first step is to reduce your material desires and find little joys within your means. Have you ever heard the saying, when you have no desires, you are strong? When you have no desires, no one can control or hurt you. How many times have we heard about a man who falls for a woman, but then loses interest? About dependence, I want to share a few thoughts. I believe depending on someone can be a very lucky thing, a real happiness. If a man is someone you can depend on, then yes, you can marry him, but he will need a long time to analyze you and make a judgment. Can you give him your heart and your life completely? Don't start depending on him right from the start. Another point, when men think about marriage, they look at women the same way women look at men. Women look at the car, the house, the parent's profession, the job. Men do the same. I also understand why most men are more realistic. Most men actually want to live off a woman. Why? Because it's a shortcut, the fastest way to break through class barriers. Work is exhausting, earning money is hard, and starting a business is risky. It's not easy to achieve the life you want. So, I understand the realism of men, it's a form of self-protection. Now, whether or not to endorse this view, I think it's up to each person. I'll leave it to you to comment, okay?
Why do some men prefer older women? Many people believe that men usually have affairs with younger, more attractive women. But in reality, a lot of men end up choosing older, less attractive women. So why do these men go after older and less beautiful women? There are actually a few main reasons for this. The first is that these men are emotionally immature and have limited abilities. They would love to be with a young, beautiful woman, but the truth is, they simply can't. Young, attractive women aren't interested in them. It's like this: if someone can eat a good apple, they won't settle for a bad one. But if you can't afford the good apple, you'll have to make do with what's left. Also, choosing an older woman with less market value allows these immature men to feed their selfish, narcissistic fantasies. The older woman, though not conventionally attractive, still has a heart that's eager to please. So the man convinces himself that the older woman understands him, like some kind of soulmate. Her wrinkled face, in his eyes, becomes something smoothed by beauty filters because it reflects what he wants to see. The second reason is money. Dating an older woman can be cheaper, and he might even benefit from it. An older woman who is willing to be a man's side partner is often the one giving more in the relationship emotionally and financially. There's a rule in relationships: the one with lower value tends to give more. Older women, having lower value in the dating market, tend to feel more pressure to please. That leads them to make more sacrifices, emotionally and financially. That said, most women are not generous to a fault. They won't just throw tens of thousands at a man. At most, they'll buy him some clothes, offer small gifts, and use little tokens of affection to win his attention. A normal man wouldn't be impressed. But the men who go after older, less attractive women, they're not normal, so they're more than happy with that setup. The third reason is that older women offer a safe kind of relationship, a sort of attack-and-retreat strategy. If a man gets involved with a younger woman and things go wrong, she might cause a scene, not caring about consequences. But an older woman who has a family, kids, even grandkids, has more to lose. She won't risk blowing everything up. So if the man wants to walk away, he just needs to say, "My wife found out. There's a huge mess at home." That's it. The affair ends quietly, without drama. That's a win for him. No chaos, no guilt, no regret. Once it's over, he moves on like nothing happened. If you agree with this perspective, I hope you like this video. Drop your opinion in the comments. What do you think about this trend? And if you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. I'll see you in the next one.